council. All right, let's welcome in Arizona Republican Congresswoman Debbie Lesko to talk a little bit more about this. Congresswoman, great to have you in with us this Friday. We certainly appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
What do you make of, some of your Democratic colleagues in the House kind of having a meltdown over the fact that Biden, I guess he didn't want to appear soft on crime, but they are really not mincing words. They're going at him pretty hard. Are you surprised?
Well, it's kind of fun to watch. I am a little bit surprised, but some of my Democratic colleagues, in fact, a majority of them, really have this wave against the police and law enforcement. They want to reduce criminal penalties on criminals. And that's why I believe crime is going up. I mean, they had the majority of both the presidency, the House, and the Senate for 2 years. They passed through some terrible legislation that really was against law enforcement. And now America is seeing it. And I think Biden knew enough to say, maybe we better not do this. It might hurt Democrats because they lost some seats in the U.S. House over it.
Yeah, and Democratic Rep. Angie Craig was attacked in D.C. in her elevator in a building not too long ago. Fought off her attacker is okay, fortunately, but D.C., many say, has become a pretty dangerous place. I want to get your reaction, Congresswoman, about Chuck Schumer, what he said after yesterday's meeting with Biden. Let's take a listen here.
We believe we can get a lot of good bipartisan stuff done in these 2 years. We are filled with unity, optimism, and optimism about 2024.
Optimistic. Are you optimistic as well, Congresswoman?
Well, it depends on what we're talking about. If it's fighting against China, I think we can get some bipartisan legislation on that. We may be able to get bipartisan legislation on permitting reform because Joe Manchin and some other reasonable Democrats are willing to look at that. But other than that, the White House doesn't reach out to Republicans. He says all kinds of negative things about Republicans. In one breath, he says, I want to work together with Republicans. And the next breath, he criticizes them and demonizes them. So it's a little hard to work with somebody when they're demonizing you. But we'll see what happens. As far as 2024, if Biden runs again, I think he's going to lose. I think a Republican will win. And I'm looking forward to seeing who's all going to come forward on the Republican side to run for president. I think we have a good shot of picking up more seats in Congress and flipping the presidency.
Yeah, well, we're looking at live, and we're going to go to in just a minute. Nikki Haley's on the stage at CPAC. We'll hear from Vivek Ramaswamy also today, Trump tomorrow. Before we let you go, though, we do want to ask you about, Biden and his administration being pressed to declassify what they know about the origins of COVID. We do know the lab leak, that was a theory. Now looks like the FBI believes that's where it came from, the Wuhan lab. The Senate unanimously passing that bill demanding the release. What's your take on where this all stands and the fact it was not disclosed so long ago, if the FBI knew and the U.S. Department of Energy, Congresswoman Lesko?
Well, I'm on the select subcommittee to investigate COVID, and just last week we had testimony from 3 doctors who said they were vilified by at least 12 different government agencies worked together with big tech and the media to censor them. And if anything else comes out of this, I hope that we learn a lesson not to censor opposing viewpoints. They said that they believed that COVID-19 came from a lab leak, and they were censored. Fauci censored him, Collins censored him, and this is just wrong. This should not be happening in America.
Yes.
And, there's a lot we have to learn. Republicans are investigating this. Democrats didn't want to talk about it for the last 2 years. And so now Republicans are in control in the U.S. House, and we are looking into this.
Well, certainly people are hoping there's some accountability. We have 7 million people dead from COVID around the world. Arizona Congresswoman Debbie Lesko, appreciate your time so much this Friday. Thanks for being with us here.
Thank you for having me.